Friday. This is on the south side here of Indianapolis. Got to hook up this here trailer. Airlines are hooked up. Put up this landing gear. Now this trailer here is only going about, I don't know, 20 miles from here. And all I got to do is take this trailer over and drop it off. That's the instructions, drop it off. Then it says return at 8 o'clock in the morning and load it. Then I'm going back down to Georgia. So, I don't know if that means just take it over there tonight and drop it. Well, that's exactly what it means. But they got me from 8 o'clock until 10 o'clock before I even leave. So I'm hoping they load it tonight and I just go in there in the morning and get it. And I'm out. You can see right here, there's where I'm going. So I'm on the south side there. I just got to go back north a little bit and then around the loop to the west side a little bit of Indianapolis. Good morning. Here in Macon, Georgia. Got about 50-ish miles more on to my customer over in Dublin. From there I got to go to Appling. From there back to Atlanta. Then back down to Macon. And then I can go home. I think when I get to Atlanta, I think I got to go to 2 places in Atlanta today. And then that'll finish this here leg of Amazon again. Today's Tuesday. I'll be home tonight. And then I've got to after that, look at this log book over here. Just noticed something. It says I have 4 minutes of available drive time. Oh, okay, I got 1 more minute left on my sleeper. Kind of freaked me out there for a minute. Yeah, so I booked another Amazon for Friday. Friday, I take another Amazon, and I will take it to, I don't know yet. I don't know where that schedule is.
I'm a nurse and I smoke. I'm a nurse. I make mistakes sometimes, but I can still help you. I'll try to help you.
I'm here at Amazon in Appling, Georgia. I've got a few more legs to complete, then I'll go home. Kinda sucks because this morning I got up at Macon and I dropped a trailer there at Best Buy, drove from Macon here to Appling. Of course my house is like 20 minutes from here, but no, I gotta pick a trailer up here, go back to Atlanta, drop that trailer, grab another trailer, go to another warehouse, drop that trailer, grab another trailer, go back to Macon, where I was just at this morning, and then go home. I'll bobtail home from Macon. This has been a long 5 days on this one here. I think it was about almost 2,700 miles. Very tiring. And then I'll be off tomorrow and Thursday, and then I'll start one more leg on Friday. Another thing is I never have gotten my trailer back yet. I spoke to the mechanic, the foreman of the shop yesterday, and he said he has never seen anything like it. He's pretty much 100% sure that it's the right brakes and the right S-cam. The reason that spring is hitting the brake, he has no idea. I looked for a crooked spring. You know, a lot of you guys have mentioned they make various springs. Every time you research into it and then you find the spring always fits a full-size brake drum. And because these are those little 12 and a quarter inch brakes, or 12 and a quarter inch drum, they just never fit. So I'm going to pick the trailer up tomorrow. I'm going to probably go home with it, take one tire back off, the one that's giving me the most problems, the driver's side. I'm going to climb under there. I'm going to verify that the rods are all cut properly, the proper length. Yeah, so it's 11:30 here right now in Appling. This trailer that I'm supposed to pick up here isn't scheduled to leave until like 1:30. So the trailer's not ready right now. So I'm just sitting here until they get it ready. I'm hoping they get it ready here sooner than 1:30, because yeah, that's the thing with Amazon, is if you're too far ahead of schedule, you know, they stop you when you get to these warehouses, and then you got to kind of like get back on schedule. So anyway, that's what I'm doing now, just waiting on my trailer to get ready here at this Amazon. And that's why I haven't been blogging too much this week or last week, is because my last blog was talking about Amazon and how mundane it is. You just go into a facility like this one here, you bobtail in, or take a loaded trailer in or an empty trailer in, switch and hook. It's just same thing over and over and over. Every warehouse looks the same. It's pretty much the same process over and over. There's nothing unique, nothing I can really blog about every day. So that's why I haven't been putting out any new content. But I got one more week of this. I got 2 days off and then 5 more days, and then Thanksgiving will be here. So maybe after Thanksgiving I'll get on the load board and start seeing if I can't find a load to pull with my a step deck. Got my trailer hooked up here. These things are a pain in the ass. So there's everybody's stuff, all in the little totes. Oh, come on. Man, look at this crap. They must got some kind of policy here that, I don't know. They are always tying them doors tight. Yep. Finished my last stop off there. Headed over to my last little destination to pick up a loaded trailer and take it down to Macon. And I'm finished. Made it home last night about 9:30. Boy, this was a long 5-day leg right here. But I'm headed over to Augusta now to get my trailer picked up. I really didn't want to have to ride over there this morning, but I need to get it picked up and brought on home. Get that off my plate. I got one more leg. Tomorrow's Thursday. I'll take the day off and tomorrow off, and then I'll go Friday morning to Columbia and do 5 more days. I'll finish it next Tuesday, a couple days before Thanksgiving. Then I'll come home, probably take about till after Thanksgiving off. And then after that, I'll see what I'll do. I'm gonna try to probably see if I can't find some freight with my step deck over the holidays, between the holidays. We'll see what happens. Well, I've made it home last night about 9:30. Went and picked up my trailer this morning. You know, they didn't charge me anything. They had it in the shop for 5 days. When I went by there last week, they had the S-cam out of it. You know, I'm really thinking about taking this trailer and getting rid of it. I mean, you look at this over here. I've got flat spots all in this tire right here because of the issues I've been having with that S-cam. Well, not necessarily because of that S-cam. Those flat spots, some of those came from when I lost pressure in my airbags about 2 months ago when I was out there in Salt Lake City, which is what turned me on to all these problems. But let me show you something here. You see this here cat-eye system? I always have problems with this thing. That cat eye there is open. Let's go back here to the back wheel. This is the back wheel. That cat eye is open as well. So both of those cat eye systems are open. If you come back here to this back wheel, I don't even have a cat eye system on this one here. This one here, I don't even got one. But I can tell that this outside tire here is almost flat. And if you move up here to the front wheel, on the passenger side, this is the only one that is still closed. Out of 8 tires, 6 of them are low. Now this one here, I think I took the cat-eye system off of it for some reason or another. I don't really know. I don't even know where the thing's at. Probably in the truck. The front one over there is still good. The 2 over here, and when I say, you know, for example, these 2 tires right here, those 2 right there are down in pressure. But one of them is leaking, probably not both of them. The only thing I can do is get a water bottle out and spray the valve stems and the cat-eye system where they connect at. And I guarantee you, yeah, I don't know. That's another issue I've been having. Got a cat over here on the porch. She's meowing. It's my neighbor's cat. He thinks he lives up here. So, anyway, I've got the trailer back. And the only thing that I said I was going to do yesterday was check those brake chambers and make sure those rods are cut right. I'm not wanting to spend a whole lot of time today dealing with this thing. It's a beautiful day. I sure don't want to be out here working on the truck. So if you're new to the channel, never seen it before, I've been having problems with my S-cams. I'm changed about a year ago, and the S-cams are bumping the return springs on the drums, and I haven't been able to solve the problem. I'm taking it to several shops. They don't have any clue. Another thing is, well, anyway, I'm just fixing to put the thing back together, and I'm just going to check that these, man, that thing is awful high. I'm looking at the ride height on this thing. All right, so I got that. The pin's out. All right, I got the lug nut back here on the back loosened up. So now I'm going to back the brake back off. So the brake is backed off. See if I can't get this here thing off of here. This clevis. Go ahead and take this off. Or screw it on. Well, I'll just take it on off. It's closer to take it off. All right. So right there is the center of that thing right there. Now what you want to do is you want to square this thing up across here from the center of that to the center of this pin right here on this chamber. And then it says cut it back 3 inches. It would be 1.5 inches, because what you want to measure is you want to measure from this eye right here to the flush of this back here. Because when you screw this clevis on, it stops flush with the back of this. Then, according to the instructions, you take another 1.75 inches off because of the type of brake chamber that I have on here, which is a 30-30 long stroke. That would come out to a 1.75 inches. So add the 1.25 inches to this, that would be 2, plus the 1 would be 3. And I've already bent my clevis over here, so I can't hammer it back in. Karate chopped my finger. See? It don't snap in perfect, but it's pretty close. See, that's perfect right there. And according to this thing, that thing should be cut way back here. That thing should be cut way back there. That's according to the way I've read it. That this thing is supposed to go from, you square it up to here, across this center of this S-cam right there. So that means the S-cam's a little bit longer than this, but that's the way you do it. So you got to kind of, get it right there. When I come back here and I look at it, right there is a square mark. So right there would be where you would measure 3 inches back from here. Normally, if this rod wasn't cut already, it would be way out to here. So you would actually make a mark right there, and then you would measure 3 inches back from that mark. Actually, you would measure the distance of this clevis. I lost my damn clevis. You would measure the distance from the center point of that eye to the back well of this right there, and that's 1 inch. I can tell you right here. You can see right through there. That's it might be 1 inch, about 1 3/8 inches. To be honest with you, because there's 8, and it's going 1, 2, 3. Yeah, about 1 3/8 inches, close to 1 1/4 inches, between 1 3/8 inches and 1 1/4 inches. And then because of the type of brake chamber I got on there, it's a 30-30 long stroke, and the chart says for a Henderson brake system that you need to allow 1 3/4 inches. So you would add those two measurements together. So actually, right along in there is where that thing's got to be cut at. So now I moved over here to the other side. I just wanted to kind of like verify on it too. I'm going to take the clevis off and the locking nut. And the clevises are exactly identical. So there's no variation in measurements on those. And again, you take your square and you would line the square up here. And you would measure it right to the center of that there. So this one here is just a little bit shorter than the other one over there, but they're both the different sizes. Let's see. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and get my drill out, my cutter out, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut these damn things. Let me go get a marker in the house so I can mark them. All right. Just one more time, in case I didn't explain it clear the first couple times. This clevis goes onto here. The instructions say measure from the inside of this clevis. That's what it is on this measurement here. I'm looking through here. 1.25 inches. Exactly, 1.25 inches. Okay, so we got 1.25 inches. 1.25 inches, and then because of the brake chamber is a 30-30 long stroke on a Hendrickson brake system, a slack adjuster, it says it needs 1 3/4 inches in addition to this. So that would put that would put it right at 3 inches. So now let's measure 3 inches. No. 1 3/4 plus the quarter would be 2, be 3 inches. Yeah, 3 inches. So you come back down here, you get the center line of that hole right in the middle there. That would be right there. And now we need to measure. Wow, man. You know, if I cut these damn things and they ends up wrong, I'm going to be mad. All right, that's marked right. That's the mark. Go ahead and cut the damn thing. Well, good morning again. I'm getting ready to go test drive this step deck. Yesterday my battery went dead when I was filming, working on them slack adjusters and cutting the rods. Now let me show you what I cut off. On one of the brake chambers, I cut this much off of it, and on the other one I cut this much off of it. Measuring it and cutting it properly, that's what I came up with. That one there is what, about 2 inches, 1 3/4 inches, and that one's probably about 1.25 inches too long. So whether that makes a difference to anything or not, I have no idea. But I'm going to run down the road real quick. I didn't even finish test driving it yesterday. After I'd done that, I put my tools up. I still got to do the rear axle because I haven't been having too much problems with the rear axle. I just wanted to get that front axle verified that the brake chamber the brake chamber rods were cut properly and they were cut the right length, because, you know, like I said, there's been so many hands on it. Like I said, the problem started with me last year not trimming the rods, then taking it to another truck stop, and them not having the brake chambers to measure and cut. So they cut them, and I think that's what they cut them at. Then one of the brake chambers the rod was bent too long. Here, I got that brake chamber right here in the backyard. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Well, you know what, it was back here. I think I throwed it in the trash the last time I went to the trash dump to dump my oil out. I think I throwed it in the back of the pickup truck. Pretty sure I did. Might still be back there. No, I've already hauled it off because my oil container's empty. Yeah, I remember now. I took it back there and throwed it away already. But yeah, it was bent. But whenever they changed it up there, and I keep saying Wisconsin, it was actually South Dakota. Whenever they put that new brake chamber on there, I don't know if what they did, but they put a short stroke on there. And then I caught that about a month and a half ago, and was in Columbia, and had them replace that under warranty because they're the ones who put the wrong part on it. They still charge me labor because they say, oh, it's been so long, why didn't you get it done sooner? I'm like, well, I thought y'all did y'all's job right, you know. But anyway, I'm supposed to go ride down the road and try to test this thing and verify that it's working and stopping and not locking up and stuff like that. All right, well, I went down the road and test drove it. I'm not feeling any pulsating or seeing any blue smoke come out from the tires when I brake aggressively. I just went down to 520 here on the loop around Augusta, went up to the next exit, turned around. And but I did notice something yesterday when I'm working on my trailer, that the trailer seems to be awful high. What I mean by that is, if you remember back about 3 months ago again, I was out there in Salt Lake City when all these problems started. My leveling valve bracket broke. Here, I'll just show you what I'm talking about. It's easier to show and tell than it is to try to explain it, because I get tongue-tied trying to explain all this stuff. So you see how high that tire is above the fender well right there? There's a tag on the other side. There it is right here. There's a tag right here, and it says on that tag that it should be 6.5 inches ride height. This is the street I live on. Nobody comes down it. It's just me and my neighbors live at the end of it at the cul-de-sac. So this bracket right here got broken out there in Salt Lake City somewhere. And this little rod that comes down has a bolt that goes through it here and a bolt that goes through it there. So you just take these two little screws out. You can raise this thing up, spread it apart, or close it back together and put the bolts back in it. That's how you adjust this leveling valve right here. This is the leveling valve, and it runs and connects to this bracket. The bracket comes down and it mounts onto your arm right here that supports your axle. And it's supposed to be 6.5 inches. Let's go to the back side of the axle. So this is a 5-inch axle. 2.5 inches would be the center. It's supposed to be 6.5 inches from the center of this axle to the bottom of the frame rail. Take off the 1/2 inch plus 2 more, 1, 2, be 4 inches. So the ride height from the top of the axle, I'm just trying to make it easier because it's very easy to walk over here and just touch it to the top of the axle, because you got all this springs and S-cams in the way trying to measure, because the S-cam is right there in the middle of the axle. You can't really see it, and this is the best access to get to it from this angle over here, so it's just easier to come over here. So I'm going to lower it 1 inch, lower that 1 inch, and then I'm going to reset it. All right, I'm exactly 4 inches from the top of the axle to the frame rail. So the ride height is now set perfect. We'll see if this one holds up.
Meat eaters, they smell like feet and they leak. They're all sound asleep, diseased and beat. They beat their meat while they eat their beef, cause they seek relief. The only treatment is to be